Hello friends, Mandar here. I'm back with another video. Today we are going to talk about November Visa Bulletin, November 2020 Visa Bulletin. I'm just going to give you my perspective. This is not a speculation or this is not any kind of prediction. This is just my guess on some of the things that I have observed and I'm going to talk about it. So if you're interested in this video, please watch this video until the end and let's get started. If you are here for the first time, welcome. My name is Mandar and I make immigration related videos for US and Canada. I'm not an immigration lawyer, so anything that I say on this video or on my channel is for information purpose only. For your specific immigration needs, you should hire a competent immigration attorney. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel. Now let's get started. So a lot of people have asked me, why don't you make a video on November Visa Bulletin prediction? So I can tell you right now, nobody in this world will predict what can happen in the November Visa Bulletin. What we can do is do some guess. Based on some of my observations, I will tell you what might happen, and that is a pure guess, and your guess is as good as my guess. So don't take this information for any kind of immigration decisions that you will make for yourself. Remember, this is just a guess. This is for entertainment purpose only. Don't make any decisions based on this. If your priority date is current as per the filing dates chart, you should apply for your 485 as much as possible in this month itself, because nobody can tell you for sure if the dates are going to change or if USCIS is going to start using the final action dates starting next month. So as much as possible, make sure that you apply for your 485 this month. Now that said, let's look at some of the possibilities that can happen in November Visa Bulletin. First, we'll go back to look at October Visa Bulletin and see what we see over there. Now this is October Visa Bulletin and I'm going to focus my attention on employment based first category, second category and third category, which is EB1, EB2 and EB3 category. So as you can see right now, for the final action dates employment based preference, the dates for EB1 are June 1st, 2018. For EB2, it's September 1st, 2009 and EB3 is January 15th, 2010. The chart that we are using this month is dates for filing chart, which is this one. So the dates here are 1st of September 2020 for EB1, 15th of May 2011 for EB2 and 1st of January 2015 for EB3. So now if you look at the difference in these dates, you will see that the June 1st of 2018 and September 1st of 2020, it's almost 21 months of difference for EB1. So what it means is, usually dates for filing is based on the full year quota. So USCIS looks at how many visas are available for the next year, which is current year, and make a prediction on how many applicants they will get. So based on these two numbers, how many visas are available for this year, and based on how many applicants could come to get those visas, they will put this date. So this date may remain steady throughout the year. That is just my guess. Okay, they may move slightly here and there, but for the most part, they will remain steady. Now what will change is the final action dates. The final action dates will keep moving throughout the year, and at the end of the year, they will coincide with the dates for filing chart. Okay, so that is my premise behind what I'm going to tell you next. The second thing is, because October Visa Bulletin saw a significant progress in EB2 and EB3, especially EB3, a lot of people have become eligible to apply for their 485. What that means is thousands and thousands of people are going to apply through EB3. Even the ones who have EB2 I-140 approval, they are going to downgrade their petition. In other words, they are going to file another petition for I-140, which is in EB3, and concurrently file 485 along with it. This will allow them to apply in EB3 category. Now, there are two things that may happen. One is we will see the for the first few months, EB3 dates may progress faster in final action chart, but in the subsequent months we will see the progression of EB3 slightly getting slower and slower. As this flood of applications in EB3 starts getting piled up on the desk of USCIS, they will start realizing that they cannot process all those applications. So they are going to slow down the final action dates for EB3. That is my prediction. Well, that may not happen right away, but it will happen in January or February. It will start slowing down. The reverse will happen for EB2. Right now, although there is forward movement, it's almost 21 months, and you will see about 1.5 to 2 months of progression for EB2 every month. So what it means is EB2 may progress by 2 months for the first couple of months, but as the applicant pool from EB2 drops, they are going to take up more and more cases, and they are going to see the progression of EB2 faster than the first few months. I'm talking about the final action chart. The EB2 may progress for about 2 months per month, but in future months, in January or February up until October, it may see 3 or 4 months progression. That is just my guess. EB1 will progress 1 or 2 months throughout the year in final action date chart. EB2 will progress 2 months starting November, and starting January or February it may even progress by 3 or 4 months. EB3 on the contrary will progress much faster, like 4 or 5 or 6 months every month, but it will slow down significantly as we hit January or February or March. So it may come back to like 2 months or 3 months. So that is just my guess. Now you'll ask me the second question, what about the chart? Which chart will USCIS use for November visa bulletin? My prediction is for the November visa bulletin, USCIS will continue to use filing date chart. There are a couple of reasons. Even though there will be a flood of applications for 485 in the month of October, they may not get enough applicants because a lot of people don't have their documentation in place. A lot of people have changed their employer, so they have to do some extra paperwork. So they may not be able to file by the end of October. So their quota that USCIS is expecting for October may not be reached. So they will keep this filing date chart open into November. That is just my guess. The second reason I'm saying is, if you look at few years, last year and the year before, typically USCIS has kept the filing date chart open for use in the month of October, November or December. I'm going to guess that they are going to stay with their trend and leave the filing date chart open for November this year. And then the third thing is, as I said, the filing date chart is based on the total number of visas that are available for that year and the number of applicants. The prediction that I'm making for the final action date chart is just to divide those number of months between final action date chart and filing date chart and dividing them by 12. So if you do that, the math is simple. EB1 can progress by 1 or 2 months every month in the final action dates chart. EB2 will start with progression of 2 months in the final action date chart, but will significantly increase next year, whereas EB3 will start much faster, like couple of months in the final action dates chart starting November, but it may slow down next year as a lot of cases from EB2 will fall into EB3. So EB2 will speed up, but EB3 might slow down a little bit. So that is just my guess. Take all of this with a grain of salt and don't put too much emphasis on what I said. This was just for fun because a lot of people asked me to do some prediction, and this is just a pure guess. Don't base any of your decisions on this video or the content of this video. Talk to an immigration lawyer. If your priority date is current today, go ahead and file your adjustment of status right away. Don't wait for anything. So that's all I had for this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel, and I will see you in the next one.